I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
friends, family, Board of Education, Bloomfield Hills staff and administrators, farm staff, graduates. Good afternoon and welcome. I would also like to extend a special welcome to Bowers alum and staff who have returned home. My name is Aileen Meyer and I'm the teaching administrator at Bowers Academy. I am sincerely grateful to be here with you today celebrating our graduates. These students have worked tirelessly over the past 12 years. They have overcome various obstacles and have celebrated countless success. And here we are at graduation day, honoring 15 extraordinary people. Graduates, we have experienced so much during our time together. We've explored our space, shared countless meals, gone on wild adventures in the forest, competed in volleyball matches. You've even beaten your teachers in water trivia. And through it all, we have shared a genuine love and joy of learning. But as you were designing and exploding rockets, and hiding googly eyes in unexpected places, and cooking and sewing and dancing, and playing ping pong, D&D, and Mario Kart, and ordering mysterious pizzas, and unleashing quality insults, delivering covert shoulder taps, and sharing your expertise with those who visited our beloved space. Perhaps the greatest lesson that you have learned is who you are and what you're capable of. I would like to share a quote from Looking for Alaska, one of the novels we read in class last year. When adults say, teenagers think they are invincible with that sly, stupid smile on their face, they don't know how right they are. We need never be hopeless because we can never be irreparably broken. We think that we are invincible because we are. We cannot be born and we cannot die. Like all energy, we can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. They forget that when they get old. They get scared of losing and they get scared of failing. But that part of us, greater than the sum of our parts, cannot begin and cannot end, so it cannot fail. Class of 2023, you are invincible. Have hope. You are life. You are light. Collectively, each of you have developed and refined skills that not only make you eligible for graduation, but skills that have prepared you for your next adventure. As true leaders, we all look to you for guidance. So utilize that strategic competitiveness, your commitment to stealth, your unmatched creativity. Ask the why, take the risks, and try new things. You know what it means to display true empathy. You are wise. So as you head off to college or into the workforce, or spend time exploring the great perhaps, have fun. Take all the risks, be adventurous, and embrace the journey. When you're faced with conflict or roadblocks, think back to your experiences here and the many lessons that you have learned from and with your Bowers family. I'm confident that as you go on to the next phase, you will persevere, no matter the challenge. Your possibilities are endless. You will not fail. I have truly loved learning with you. So make sure you stay true to yourself and don't forget to order lunch. Superintendent Watson, board, on behalf of Bloomfield Hills Schools, I hereby certify that each senior here before you has met district and state requirements for graduation. Graduates, I'm so proud of your hard work. Congratulations. At this time, we would like to acknowledge our graduates individually, and we'll start off with Julia.
Welcome, everyone. My name's Julia Hansen. I'm the social worker here at Bowers Academy, amongst other roles. I've had the opportunity to get to know each and every one of these students very well. And today is such a special day for all of them. It is the end of one era and the beginning of another. It is a time to cherish the memories and move on to create new ones. It has been a delight to get to know each and every one of them, to celebrate their achievements and to stand with them during challenging times. The class of 2023 will always be close to my heart. I wish the very best for all of you. I'd like to start out by calling Addie to the podium. So, Addie started at Bowers Academy in the winter of 2020-21 school year. I was so happy to meet her. I've gotten to know her over the past 2.5 years. She is passionate and often speaks up in class when we're having discussions or just in the hallways when we're together. She is firm in her beliefs and knows what is important to her. She's a lover of animals, especially her dog, Winnie. And she's also spent a significant amount of time with the baby goats in our barns. However, things were not always this way. When Addie first came to Bowers, she seemed to do everything in her power to push us all away. She was very unsure of us and would remind us that everything in Ohio, where she was from, was better. Right? With time, she warmed up to the staff at Bowers. She developed very strong connections with many of us. One person in particular, and she happens to be here, is Karen Rowland. Karen is a former staff member who retired at the end of last school year. Addie would always go to Karen whenever she needed support and often referred to her as a second mom. As connections grew stronger, we learned that Addie had faced many obstacles throughout her life that were getting in the way of her success. With encouragement, Addie was willing to work on herself to move past the obstacles. As a senior, she's better able to manage challenges, is more focused on school, and is committed to graduating. And as you can see, she was able to successfully get through the distraction and do what was best for her. As a result of her perseverance, she has reached her goal of graduating. We are so proud of you, Addie. Good job, Addie. The next person I'd like to call down to the podium is Lasari. So Lasari, he started at Bowers Academy during the second semester of the 2021-22 school year. I had to get that right. He was at the high school but was struggling to attend and therefore was very behind on credits. On top of this, a few months before coming to Bowers, he suffered a significant loss of his grandmother, who was his primary caretaker for most of his life. Being at Bowers was really hard for him due to most of his friend group being at the high school. The connections he has with his friends are very important to him, and despite being at a different school, he managed to keep his friendships and join in all the activities seniors do, including spring break and prom. Lasari is extremely resilient and resourceful. When he has his mind set on something, he will do all he can to reach it. He is someone who will seek help when it is needed and easily gain the support of others. He has people both at Bowers and the high school who are always rallying around him. Despite the roadblocks he has faced and continues to face, he has the ability to look at the possibilities, always having a very, very positive attitude. He remains hopeful, and he knows he will overcome them. He is always moving forward, not looking back. I am glad that I have been a witness to his story, and am confident that he will progress. It has been great to get to know Lasari, and I am excited to hear about his future adventures. He absolutely loves photography and looks forward to using photography to tell stories about life. Congratulations, Lasari. Liz, you're next. So Liz started at Bowers Academy in the fall of the 2021-22 school year. When she first came to us, she was very uncertain about being at Bowers. She missed the familiarity of the high school, including her friends. With time, she got to know the staff and the other students. In fact, she made some very, very excellent friends. This occurred because of Liz's personality. She is funny, she is kind, and giving. She is also super creative and has a great sense of style. Every day, both staff and students would wait to see what Liz was wearing, what accessories she would have on, or the new way she would do her makeup or have her hair styled. The best thing about it was she would get most of her outfits from thrifting. She has such a good eye for it. Despite Liz's many strengths, school could be a challenge for her. She struggled with motivation and believing in herself. As time went by, I noticed her becoming more confident and beginning to recognize the strengths that she possessed. This has led her to where she is today, a graduating senior. She did not always believe that this day would happen, but through her determination and belief in herself, she overcame the challenges she faced. It is an honor to be with her today to celebrate this milestone. Congratulations, Liz. Okay, and last but not least, for sure, for me, is Kayla. Come on down to the podium, Kayla. Okay, so Kayla joined us at Bowers Academy in the winter of the 2021-22 school year. The student we met at that time was very different from the student we know today. The transformation that has occurred is unbelievable. The Kayla we met when she first started was very quiet and unsure. Not true anymore. The Kayla we know today is confident, well-spoken, funny, acts as an advocate, and stands up for what is right. She believes in herself, yet remains humble and is always looking to better herself. The students at Bowers look to her as a leader and reach out to her for guidance. She encompasses the qualities of a good friend, being there to listen, have fun, and laugh. This school year, she volunteered to go to Way Elementary School and to be a peer to kindergarten and third grade students. She excelled in this role. At the end of the year, the teachers and students celebrated her. They were really going to miss her, sharing their love for her through their kind words and gift cards. Kayla was also nominated by the staff at Bowers for the Bloomfield Youth Assistance Outstanding Youth Award. She was chosen by Bloomfield Youth Assistance to receive this award based on her outstanding achievement, growth, and dedication, despite the many academic and personal challenges that she faced throughout her high school career. Kayla is a valued member of our community and will be missed. We are especially going to miss her sharing stories about her 2 guinea pigs' trials and tribulations, aka Tribby and Titi. We know that she will go on to do great things. She's considering making the difference, and of course I forgot the rest of it, the differences in the lives of children. She is considering, I don't think for sure, being a teacher. And also, she's going to be attending Oakland University, where she received a scholarship to attend. So let's congratulate Kayla. I'm so proud of her.
Thank you.
And next, I'd like to call up Iman Jaradi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Iman Jaradi. I am teacher consultant here at Bowers. If I don't seem familiar, it's because this was my first year here at Bowers. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the graduation of the 2023 seniors at Bowers Academy. It is my honor to present my first graduate from Bowers, Lillian Davis. Yeah, you're going to have to stand next to me. I will get you out. Lillian is a charming young lady. She is a thinker and makes connections. Lillian has a strength in math, and as a math teacher, that speaks to my heart. Lillian is also a kind, cooperative, and athletic person. She is polite, friendly, and well-liked by her peers. She loves to read and loves to travel, and has a curiosity about other cultures and peoples and traditions. We enjoy talking about things from my culture, especially food. Would always bring people together. And one compliment that I will never forget is when Lillian tried my grilled kafta for the first time and she liked it. Her feedback was, she won't eat anything anybody makes, but she will try it if I made it, and that meant a lot to me. I had Lillian in a couple classes, and I witnessed her interactions with other students. She was always respectful and quiet. I'm not quiet, but respectful I am. Throughout the past year, the one thing that really stood out to me was how graceful Lillian was. And it's no surprise, being a dancer, to be graceful. And it wasn't only in the way she walked, but also, more importantly, in the way she interacted with others and carried herself. Lillian, you should be very proud of yourself for reaching this monumental accomplishment. All the best for a happy and prosperous future, wherever your career takes you. I was also thinking of what quote or saying I have ever come across that will remind me of specific students. And here is the one I found for Lillian by Goethe, who's a German poet, playwright, and novelist. Whatever you can do, or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. My second graduate is Angelina Orlowitz. Come on down. I met Angelina literally on my first day at Bowers. She looked athletic, fit, and maybe a little hesitant, or maybe that was just me. But surely she was very nice and respectful. Angelina likes makeup and hair and wants to pursue a career in that field. I can definitely see her doing that. When we discussed future plans, Angelina wanted to earn a business degree where she can manage a business in the beauty industry. When I think of Angelina, I think of the progress and the maturity that I witnessed taking place over the past year. Angelina also has empathy and kindness toward her friends. Having some talks and discussions with Angelina, as well as being present when she would talk with other peers was impressive. How do you ask? I will tell you. Listening to Angelina talk and give advice about life was proof of how mature she is becoming. I was thinking that I would share Angelina's views and thoughts because I think that is important to all of us and all of you. Angelina's maturity was evident in her view on relationships and her future as a young woman. Here's what she said, and I'm paraphrasing. I like being who I am. I like being a delicate, feminine young woman. I also think that we each need to take time to get over hurdles in our lives, know who we are, and value ourselves so that we can find a partner who can value us. I can see the positive qualities in Angelina as she finds her place and appreciates her status. A quote that I found to describe Angelina is the following by Jacinda Ardern. She is the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. It takes courage and strength to be empathetic, and I'm very proudly an empathetic and compassionate leader. I am trying to chart a different path, and that will attract criticism, but I can only be true to myself and the form of leadership I believe in. Angelina, always be true to yourself, and I wish you all the best in life. Last but definitely not least is George Ricolta.
It's the most uncomfortable hat I've ever seen.
You're gonna have to keep it on the whole day.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. This goes on the other side.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's so weird.
Me or you?
No, these things.
Okay. George started at Bowers later in the school year. And from the first day we met him to the last day, he never lost a smile on his face. George's curiosity extends from tinkering with electronics to building rockets and flying spaceships and everything in between. Be that the rockets or spaceship flew or not, that's another story. They did.
They did.
Okay. At the very end, yes.
Eventually.
His ability to absorb information and soak up knowledge is impressive. He listens and remembers minute details even when you think that he is not paying attention. Honestly, that was a concern for me if he actually was paying attention. But I get to know him and sort of see him in action when he decides to be on task. No day will be the same without me remembering the 150 times that I had to remind George to place his lunch order, the 230 times to do his work, the 367 times to share documents with teachers,
Yep.
and the 742 times to make sure he does not miss the bus at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yes. Funny though that we have so much in common. Coming from two different cultures, we found so much common ground in lots of things. For example, food. I can cook and George can eat.
Yep.
We all wish we had his metabolism. He even tried some new things that I brought from the Goofy store, as he calls it,
Yep.
which is like an ethnic store. For me, it's an Arabic store. I grew up in a different country, and George's parents grew up in a different country. And what was impressive is my dad actually traveled to Romania in the 80s, and that really got George's attention. My hair looks exactly like George's hair if I don't blow dry it straight. And believe it or not, I used to be blonde too.
You did?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes. And we both are really tall people. This is just a disguise. We both are, the one thing that George could not do was the ability to hide. With his height and his hair, it was always easy to spot his hiding place. But in all seriousness, George really impressed me when I sat with him during his session with OCC, it's Oakland Community College. His focus and follow-up questions were on point. I truly believe that he will be successful because I think he found something that he likes and he will enjoy. And finally, a quote that I think fits George is the following by Queen Latifah. I didn't know I had it in me. There is more to all of us than we realize. Life is so much bigger, grander, higher, and wider than we allow ourselves to think. We're capable of so much more than we allow ourselves to believe. And you can do it.
Thank you, Iman. Thank you. Oh, I'm going back. I want to come and say hi. Hi, Doc.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Not yet. And next we have Jordan Stark.
Where's your cap, Jordan? Yeah, where's your cap?
They don't have caps. Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan, as everyone has just said, but I'm the History and Social Studies teacher here at Bowers Academy. This is now my 4th year teaching here, and every year I'm here I relearn about the amazing powers that this place has for students and learners. And I consider myself so lucky to have the opportunity and privilege to teach and learn beside each of these students, and prepare them not just to be graduates and global citizens, but most importantly, genuinely good humans. I'm honored to be able to talk about a few of these good humans right here today. First up, Marcellus.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Marcellus is someone I can count on for a lot of things. I know that I can count on him coming in every day and greeting me with a fist bump. I know that I can count on him to get stuff done right before the deadline. I know I can count on him to be introspective and reflective when the time calls for it. I also know that I can count on him and I to have a completely honest conversation with only about 2.5 seconds of side-eye. The amount of conversations we've had without saying anything, either in Julia's office or the library, we could write a book about. But there's also the other side of Marcellus, the determined side, the creative side, the side of him that wants to showcase his talents in video editing, the side that wants to argue for issues that affect all school kids, and the side that will buckle down and get things done when it's needed. Now, Marcellus, I think, knows all of these things. He knows his abilities. He knows what his strengths are, and when it's time to rely on them. And that's something that I admire about him. He is sure of himself and who he is as a person in a way that many can only wish. We went down to the ropes course around a month ago, and he saw how difficult the vertical climb was on one of our courses, but he sat straight up, walked up to the group, and said, "Yeah, me next. I got this." He proceeded to blow everyone's minds by looking up and zipping his way all the way to the top in what seemed like under 2 minutes. To this day, I've never seen someone climb a tree that fast, and I have experience with tree climbing. So when he came down, we started calling him Miles Morales, Spider-Man's alter ego. But Marcellus told us no, not Miles Morales, Miles Marcellus. He didn't need to be complimented by somebody else's name, for he can make a name for himself. Marcellus, I want you to keep that energy wherever you go in life. Keep the confidence, keep the stick-to-itiveness, keep your head up high, and let the world know who you are. You are Marcellus. A strong, talented, accomplished young man who can do anything he keeps his mind to. I leave you with this quote. What we can or cannot do, what we consider possible or impossible, is rarely a function of our true capability. It is more likely a function of our beliefs about who we are. And I believe Marcellus, like I hope you all do too, that he realizes that he's going to do great things. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
Next up, Robbie. Howdy.
What up?
Every year or two, I have a student that becomes the standard bearer of patience. A student that learns how to play euchre, asks me to play during lunch, and then painfully watches me teach a student how to play one of the most annoying card games to learn, and then do it at least 6 more times throughout the school year. But Robbie is way more than just a willing participant in my underground lunch euchre circle. So let me brag about him for a second. Robbie is an incredibly smart, witty, funny individual. His mind is a strategic labyrinth, with every lunch being a battle of the minds in either chess, video games, or the aforementioned euchre. Robbie would enter current issues with knowledge and questions and commentary about all of the major world events that sometimes even I would have to look up. Robbie would also have to go above and beyond for each project in a way that could rival some of the lessons that I create. The biggest thing about Robbie that I want to brag about, though, is his ability to change and grow. Last year was a rough year for him. There were some weeks we didn't even see him. Some weeks we wouldn't even hear from him. He knew it was a struggle, and he knew that this year he'd need to change, to adapt, and to buckle down. Change is a hard thing for young adults, as well as all adults, to do. And I'm so happy to say that he did each and every one of those things. He was consistently at my classes, consistently getting exemplary grades, and showing leadership skills by consistently helping George stay on task. And consistently making sure that he was doing everything he could that he could make this year the best year, his best year academically. And it's because of this that I'm so proud to be standing up here today to be able to talk about him. Robbie now not only has all A's in all of my classes, but he's been able to already stretch his wings into the professional world and make contacts and connections with professional sports leagues before even graduating high school. And all of this by being able to be brave enough to step up to the plate one more time. Robbie, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what more you can achieve. And I leave you with this quote. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Keep building, Robbie. I can't wait to see what you create. Next up, Jesse. Welcome. Jesse joined us at the beginning of fall semester and has been in my classes throughout the year. Between U.S. history, world myth, current issues, capstone, and everything in between, I've sensed a common theme. A theme of quiet but clearly visible intellectual talent. A theme of being able to identify, analyze, and solve problems within the social sciences, but also a theme of a brilliant, deep, and collected artistic mind. Throughout her time here at Bowers, Jessie has fearlessly pursued her artistic vision, pushing boundaries, challenged norms, and her unique perspective has breathed life into every content area she has explored. And she has left an indelible mark not only on my classes, but on the school community. Her art adorns multiple walls, a lot of files in my Google Drive, and places on top of my desk. Her creative prowess clearly is evident across every part of this building. As we've gone through these classes, and she has shown her creative sides, we've been able to learn more about Jessie. We've had conversations about Disney and DreamWorks and music, and these were all hallmarks of every class I've had with her. Soon these conversations turned from Disney to real life, and experiences and perspectives of what makes different things good, funny, hilarious, or cringe. All of this is to say that as Jessie leaves Bowers and enters the world, I know that she's going to do things differently. She's going to approach things from different angles, not do things the way that others expect it. She's going to take the road less traveled by and forge her own path. It's something that takes bravery, skill, and the mind that is built to analyze and identify and express thoughts and feelings in ways that most people are unable to. So Jessie, as you leave Bowers and go out into the world, I leave you with this quote. Creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else has ever thought. Continue to be creative, Jesse, and continue to do things that people haven't done before. Thank you. Congratulations. And next up, Maddie. I've had Maddie as a student in many different classes, from current issues to government to world myth to sociology, even to Dungeons and Dragons. I've been able to see all the things that make Maddie Maddie. Maddie is someone who is genuinely very sweet and kind to her peers, and will always find a way to try and connect with others. Maddie is someone who is intellectually brilliant. She has exceeded every class that I have taught and has displayed that she isn't just going through hoops, but genuinely enjoys learning. Maddie also is someone who is incredibly funny. Not in a chair-kicking or exclamatory way like some graduates, but in a dry kind of way. This is something I've learned a bit ago, but was reminded a few weeks ago when we were ropes climbing, and she got to the top of the zip line, and she seemed a little nervous, so I said, "You are kicking this tree's ass." And she looked at me not even a second later and said, "Trees don't have an ass." But the thing that I want to highlight about Maddie most, the most, though, is her emotional intelligence. Her ability to see the problems with the world and how they affect people. Social studies is the study of people. And Maddie is so attuned with how... Ooh, my iPad is too hot. Interesting. You are so attuned... I do have it out in the sun. Uh-oh. You are so... Improvise. You are so attuned to the world that you are able to come into every current issues and come into every class with knowledge about global issues and how they affect not only just societies and terms out loud, but how they affect people. And you do that to an ability that makes me as a social studies teacher jealous. The way that you are able to take these things, these big world concepts, explain them in minute details, and teach them to people in creative ways is something that I will never forget. Whether it's about talking about book bannings and crystallizing a book and showing that off, or whether it's writing a manual about how different people see the world, or if it's about writing 10 different scrolls that are 20 pages long just for a world mythology project, it genuinely baffles me, and it makes me so proud to see what kind of to see the person that you've become today. I had this really cool quote.
It's on your iPad.
That's on my iPad, and I'm going to see if it calmed down. It has not. What?
Want to Google it? Do you know who said it?
No.
Try
But all of this is to say, Maddie, we are so proud of you. We're so proud of who you are, of everything you've done, and of everything that you will become. And I hope to keep in touch and hear about all the great things that you will do. Congratulations, Maddie. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Jason.
All right. Welcome again, everyone, to Bowers graduation. Again, my name is Jason Rice. I'm the math and science teacher here at Bowers. Today is both a sad and a very happy day for our community. It's sad because we are going to be losing so many wonderful seniors to graduation. Some seniors who have even been with us here for over 2+ years. So to say that our school feels like it's losing a piece of itself today would not be an understatement. However, while I am selfishly sad about losing so many wonderful people, I am beyond thrilled that we get to celebrate today these amazing graduates. It is with such great honor that I get to introduce 4 of our graduates today. The first one I'd like to ask to come up is Dominic Schreiber. So, Dom. Hey, you want to stay there? That's cool. All right. I had the pleasure of meeting Dom in September of 2021 when Dom started his junior year and I moved over here to Bowers. As both of us got to know this school, I remember thinking from the beginning that Dom was not your typical high school junior. Dom is mature beyond his years, and he is the kind of person who will do whatever it takes to take care of his family and friends. From working hard to finish high school to working literally whenever and wherever he can, Dom is always looking out for ways to better himself and those around him. One of the things that has always impressed me about Dom was how focused he was on his goals and how well he showed a growth mindset. Dom's time at Bowers Academy has had many highs with some downs, but throughout all, I've always watched Dom come out like a prized boxer, maybe a little dinged up from a previous hit, but always ready for the next round to start. In watching him, I also learned a lot about myself, about moving forward in life and working towards your goals, even when things might seem insurmountable in the moment. Dom has also shown that throughout his maturity, he has still not lost sight of being a teenager and having fun. One of my fondest memories of Dom's time at Bowers was watching him work with students that came here for a field trip. In particular, I remember how Dom would interact with the elementary age students. He would talk to the students in his usual tone, which, if you didn't know any better, you might think Dom's from the East Coast. But he would also do a great job of working with the students to explain things in terms they can understand. I still chuckle when I think about how he would race the kids in shucking corn using his hands, always beating everyone, including the people that actually use the shucking devices. In addition to Dom showing this kindness to younger students, he also had his fair share of sharing kindness and caring with the animals here at Bowers. Even on the mornings when no one wanted to go outside, Dom still would want to go take care of the animals. He always had a way where when you looked at Dom with the animals, you knew that everyone in that situation was at peace. In those moments, one could also see one of the many facets of Dom. On one side, someone who is able to create a funny moment with younger students, and on another, a gentle caretaker of animals. In addition, we see a young man who has had to show maturity beyond his years and has had to step up to this challenge. It is such qualities in Dom that I know will serve him well. He has talked about pursuing trade school or college, both paths that I think will serve him well and he'll do great with. Regardless of what he decides to do, I am confident that Dom will use his drive to reach whatever goals he sets for himself. I also know that Dom is humble enough to reach out when he needs help, just like he did a couple of months ago when he emailed me to ask for investing advice. Although I was not surprised, because I can still remember Dom taking our budgeting simulation in our personal finance class, and instead of using made-up numbers, saying, hey, can I just use real-life numbers? I want to get on this budgeting thing before I graduate. Again, another moment where Dom was thinking about his future. So, as much as I'm going to miss our bathroom chats, Dom, I know that you are going to now be pursuing your adult goals, and I'm excited to see where they take you. And I'm extremely grateful that I got to know you, bud, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Dom? It is hot in the sun. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce our next graduate to everyone, Malik Cunningham. Malik. Malik joined us at the beginning of this school year and quickly became a pillar of our community. Whether it was playing the role of an NPC, slowly walking into a classroom, sneaking up behind someone, or giving out advice during lunch, Malik could always be counted on to bring us his sage thoughts or laughter. Among Malik's many talents, the ability to befriend anyone and make them feel heard is one of his stronger ones. I have watched as new students have started at Bowers throughout the year, And before you know it, they know Malik and the great presence he brings to the classroom. In fact, Malik is such a staple at Bowers that I thought he was a student here longer than this year. I actually had to go and double check with Dr. Meyer and Julia to make sure, like, are you sure we've only had Malik for a year here? The other day, when we were giving a shout out in our circle to some of our seniors, someone mentioned that for a few of our seniors, or just students in general, they're the type of people whose presence you know if it's missing from a group when they are absent. And Malik is definitely that type of person. In addition to the presence that he brings to our school, Malik has also done a wonderful job helping our Way Elementary students during his time working with them as part of his capstone project. Multiple times, I would watch as Malik and his teammates went away to be a big brother or sister to the students there. Even during the times it was cold outside or other students didn't feel like it that day, Malik was always willing to help out and encourage his classmates to be there for the younger kids. That is just one example of the selflessness that makes Malik who he is. Regardless of where his future takes him, I am confident that he will be successful and contribute positively to those around him. Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if we also saw Malik hosting a cult of people that literally did nothing more than walk around through doorways like NPCs and spread good throughout the world. No matter what interests Malik decides to pursue beyond high school, he will be doing so well equipped for success. He will be able to take his education and combine it with his intelligence, humor, caring, and charisma to make his path in life one of joy. I am sure. While Bowers will surely miss you next year, we are very fortunate to have had you as a student this year, Malik. And we are all proud of you, and we look forward to seeing what your future holds. Congrats, bud. The third graduate that I have the pleasure of speaking about today is Amelia Clements. Attacking you.
Like, take somebody out.
We'll get Hunter to beat it up afterwards. Emmy joined Bowers Academy in September of 2021 with her sister Maddie. And as I recently learned, it was Emmy who found us and suggested that they come to school here. So for that aim, Emmy, we all thank you. I feel so lucky to be here today giving this graduation speech for one of the most creative, hardworking, and kind students and people I have had the pleasure of knowing. During Emmy's 2 years here at Bowers, she has taken these qualities and matched them with her inner confidence to become the graduate we see here today. Throughout her time here, she has continued to show what a dedicated person she is to herself, her family, her friends, and causes that she believes in. One of the things that has stood out for me about Emmy is how she is the type of person who continually pushes herself to be her best, even if that means that sometimes she needs a study break of chaos, usually brought to her by Hunter. One of the memories that I have of Emmy was from her junior year here during our field trip days, where elementary school students would visit us. One of the stations that the students got to go to was the barnyard dance in the hayloft over there. And while a couple of students were willing to kind of take the lead on it, you would notice that after a day or two, they would kind of move on to different stations, because not many people can handle such a task of dancing in front of very young kids while simultaneously getting young students to follow directions. However, throughout that time, there was always one student I can count on to lead the barnyard dance, Emmy. I just knew no matter what, she was going to be up in the barnyard, no matter how tired she was or whatever else was on her mind, leading those young students in a time of their lives. Another example is from our ropes course climbing last school year. It can be a scary task, climbing trees and having to balance yourself on suspended logs, all while relying on your classmates to belay you. Yet there was Emmy, zipping up to the trees to the point that I started to call her She-Hulk. I shouldn't have been surprised, though, because, just like everything, she tackled it with great gusto. Because no matter the assignment, Emmy is the type of student who always works to make sure she understands concepts on a higher thinking level. When we are not seeing Emmy hard at work on a class assignment, we usually knew she was around reading or displaying her creative talents in a variety of ways, including making some really neat gifts for others. Among these instances of Emmy's determination, there are also plenty of times that I have seen her be there for others. From consoling an upset friend to helping to celebrate the success of someone, she is always there to lend a helping hand to others. I have even watched as Emmy has started to lend herself a helping hand more recently, as she has allowed herself more grace to make mistakes or be okay with indecision. Once again, as always, she's working to improve herself. Over these past 2 years, Emmy has definitely become a key member of Bowers Academy, always someone who exemplified what it means to give school your all and to make the most out of our place-based setting. Emmy has a maturity about her that I know will serve her well into her future. In the fall, she will be attending Warren Wilson College in North Carolina with her sister Maddie. It is funny though, when I went to the Warren Wilson College website to get some information about them, the first thing that I saw that was right up at the top of their website was a quote, and it just said, "We believe the world needs curiosity." When I think of Emmy's future, I cannot think of a better phrase than that. The world could do better with more people who are genuinely curious and are not afraid to give something their all. The world could use more Emmys. Congratulations, Emmy. We are all so proud of you. You did it. The mom bag. I love it.
Tell myself I wouldn't.
Yeah. You're experiencing the awesomeness of graduation.
On behalf of Bloomfield High Schools, I present to you.
And that's everybody, right? I think I'm done. That's everybody, right? Yeah, we're good? Okay. No, I'm joking. The final graduate that I have the pleasure of speaking about today is Hunter Marinelli. Get up here. Come on, did you want to give the speech? No, I'm joking. The self-proclaimed King of Bowers joined us in the middle of his junior year, and to say that he changed the energy at Bowers during his time with us would be an understatement. Looking for someone to eat something off the floor for $1? Ask Hunter. No worries though, as far as I know, he never actually did. I'm hoping. Need someone to lend you a hand when no one else wants to? Ask Hunter. Feeling down and need someone to come over and yell at you? Say something positive about yourself! Just ask Hunter. What? Sorry. Whatever the circumstances, Hunter is the type of person that you can always count on to be there for you. It is one of the many reasons why Bowers Academy will never be the same without you here as a student. Throughout his time here, Hunter has definitely left a lasting legacy, one that we will always remember and one we will miss whenever things are quiet. In addition, I have gotten the pleasure of watching Hunter become the mature graduate we see before us. When Hunter joined us, he was the same inquisitive person that he is today. What was different was that he was unsure of himself socially. This quickly changed, however, as Hunter began to realize that his infectious personality was a benefit to those around him. Heck, even yesterday at the zoo, Hunter had us all yelling out, "Maddie!" as we waited for her to get lemonade. Did it make sense? No. Did it need to? No. It just brightened everyone's spirit, and that's what Hunter's about. In addition to being a leader of fun, Hunter has also shown himself to be a very serious student who takes his educational decisions seriously. Having gotten to teach Hunter in a variety of subjects, although ironically never math, I have seen him show a commitment to learning that has as much energy as his one-liners. He is the type of student that wants to make sure he truly understands something, coupled with the fact that he is not afraid to ask questions, definitely makes Hunter ready for the next step in life. In addition to the learning that we did in the classroom, Hunter also took an active role on the farm. He became a staple of morning chores and used his infectious spirit to wake up and care for the animals, except for the horses. He formed a special bond with some of our animals here at the Bowers, including Happy and Barney. And then even showing his maturity, Hunter even led us in remembering fondly Happy the pig when he said goodbye to us earlier this school year. In addition to all those facets of Hunter, I am also lucky enough to call him my friend. During his time here at Bowers, Hunter and I have become sort of a dynamic duo, working together to get a ping pong game going or making a really bad but you can't help but laugh dad joke. Whatever the circumstances, I could always count on Hunter to be there with me, ready to make someone else laugh or to be confused. Looking ahead, Hunter plans on attending Northwestern Michigan College in Traverse City in the fall. There, he will begin his educational journey as he currently wants to study to be a history teacher, in addition to already having a spot on their esports team. While at college, I know Hunter will continue to use his motivation and personality to make new friends and be a great addition to the hawk owl community up there. In addition, Hunter will also get to pursue his passion for flying as he plans on working on his private pilot license while attending college. This just makes me wonder how long until one day we see Hunter flying over the farm, yelling out jokes down to us as he passes over. Regardless of where Hunter's future takes him, I am confident that he is prepared for the task. Hunter knows what is important to him, is willing to put forth the effort needed to achieve what is important, and also he knows how to enjoy life along the way. As a result of these qualities, I know that Hunter, you will continue to enjoy the journey of life as you move forward. And though I am sad that I'm going to be losing you as a student here at Bowers, I'm not overall sad because I know I'm getting to keep you as a friend. So congratulations, bud. You got it. Go get that diploma. Make it official.
I deserve it.
You do. Go. Hey, wait, before you go back up. Oh.
Are you guys good? Yeah, right? Thank you to the Bowers, the incredible Bowers staff for those thoughtful reflections. The relationships that have been formed during your time here, students, have been undeniably impactful, and you will be missed. At this time, there's an open mic. If anyone is interested in coming up to share a few words, you are welcome to do so.
We talk as a council and it's too hot for that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll take it.
Oh, they want you.
You want the mic?
I'll take it.
All right. If you couldn't hear, Kayla said they have talked as a council and it's too hot for that.
All right, I'm Hunter. I was just up here. I gotta say that I've always planned this speech in my head, but now it's actually finally here. My head is blank. So I'm just gonna speak from the heart. When I first came to Bowers, my first and only goal was to go and get my diploma and leave. I royally screwed up, thankfully. I'd like to thank everyone up here and all the other juniors down here are my friends. And it makes me happy. I love coming to school every day. It was my way of going to Chuck E. Cheese. It's always been an adventure every day. It could be anything. If something's on any of our minds, we do it, no matter what. And that's what I think the Bowers Spirit is all about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else going? Oh, yeah,
came prepared. Keeping this in case I need it. Hi. Whoa, that's loud. I wasn't planning on speaking today, but I did want to touch on something that someone told me a couple weeks ago that kind of stood out in my head. I won't make it long and snappy, I promise. Otherwise, I'm going to start crying again. But the person I talked to, they were asking me a question about like how many years of Bowers I've been. And my initial response was like, of course, I talked about what I learned. I rambled on a lot about like favorite classes and animals and stories with like me and my classmates. But what really got me is what they said when I was done. And they said, so, I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
You're good. Keep going.
I'm good.
Is it written down?
Yeah,
Where?
I got it.
Where were you?
You got the semi.
Thank you, Hunter. No, I got it.
You got it.
Laughing rolls. No.
You're so good.
And they said, so Bowers has been like therapy for you. And that really stuck with me because it was in a good way, because not only was it kind of out of the blue, but it was also really true. 'Cause when I was struggling both mentally and physically, I was brought here when I needed it the most. And it helped me more than anything else I tried, even when I didn't realize it right away. And I got support here, and I found teachers who truly cared, and an environment where I could embrace my creativity. And after a long period where I felt like I couldn't do anything, Bowers really brought me back to life. And all the wagon rides and the ping pong games and laughs and just everything we've done here, it just made me fall in love with living and learning again. So, thank you. I couldn't be more grateful.
Good job.
You're good. Anyone? Yeah, Kayla. Woo.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short and simple because it's hot and I'm hungry. But we need to hurry up and go over there. So I just want to thank my class. This is probably the best class of Bowers. To be honest, everyone got to be reunited with someone from the past. Like, I know I got reunited with Malik. He was my middle school best friend. Everyone just had a pair, and it was just the best year ever. Especially when everyone showed up. We had lots of senior skip days for like half the year. But this is to the teachers. I talked to my guinea pigs, and they decided that we can forgive you for all the tractor rides you guys went on without me.
That was fun.
No. I counted 5. Don't worry. I remember. But I really want to thank you guys for the best senior year I could have ever had. I just could not physically imagine anything else than what it was. So thank you.
Alright, so been playing this one out. So when I came to Bowers, I didn't really like people. I didn't like talking. I never would have done this. I still don't really like people, to be honest, but I've gotten a lot better at tolerating and socializing, which is greatly appreciated. And also, they taught me how to communicate like my thoughts in a clear way, which I was never really good at before. It was kind of just, it'd come out as anger, or I'd just shut up and stop talking. So that was appreciated. I made some friends that have stuck around for a long time, like Connor and folks. And so it's too many names, I promise. And so like, I mean, it's kind of, you figure with a small group, the people like us students would get along, But I got along with the teachers. Now that was rare. I've never gotten along with authority figures or anything like that. I couldn't listen to them. Anything they said just sounded stupid. But they're cool. And so, like, Jordan, we played chess. I never even really got into it. And he would whoop me all the time, but it was fun. And so I got way more into chess. Like Jason said, the bathroom talks, those are some of the most therapeutic things I've ever done. Mr. Watson back there, I mean, we would talk about shoes and music that I loved. I mean, it was weird to relate to these people that were supposed to be in charge of me, because I've never done that before with any other teachers. And I love the animals. That was definitely the best part.
I also did not plan this, but that's okay. So I should have planned it. Yeah, I'll start with that. I have an unfortunate habit of overthinking things. Iman has pointed this out to me many, many times. And I think being here has been a really good place for me to not have to worry about that, because I'm surrounded by people who I know won't judge me for like what I do or who I am, and it's been a lot of learning to, and I know Dom, you said this, it's been weird to relate to teachers in such a way that I can call them my friends. It's Jordan, I appreciate it, but I'm still not sure what to think about you calling me out with that quote. But the ropes course was a fun time. And I also appreciate everyone, all the students and all of my teachers and all of the farm staff, for just putting up with any idea that I had. Because when I have an idea and like I'll go up to someone about it and they'll be like, have you thought this through? I'll be like, no, but I'm already halfway through it, so we're gonna do it. And everyone that I've kind of dragged into that as well, because I'm assuming there's been a lot of people that have been like, Maddie, really? And no, but it's been a great time. I'm very lucky that I found this place, Em found this place, and I just followed her here. Yep.
Hello? Can y'all hear me? I'm gonna keep this short and simple, because I really don't like speaking in front of a lot of people. But when I first came here, I was devastated because I didn't think that I would firstly make friends here and get along with everybody, including the teachers. So yeah, and honestly, I just want to say I love and appreciate all you guys and you peoples. You guys are awesome. And yeah, I'm just gonna miss everybody, all the teachers and stuff. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this short, but I just want to thank my teachers and my family for being very supportive over me and helping me through everything. Thanks.
All right. First of all, the sorry got here before me. So I'm gonna say, when I first got here, I was like confused. I didn't know how I was gonna fit in, what was going on. But I knew he was here. You know, like I knew he was here.
I had him on lockdown already. You know.
Yeah.
I was here a little bit earlier. I got to meet more of the people back there before he did. So I showed him who was there. But I'm really here to talk about certain people that I met, like J World. J World is a white guy, but I promise y'all he's black. Jason is black. I promise y'all Jason is black. And then that's why I call him J World too.
J
We got
World.
Jordan, let's talk about game. He's a funny person. He might have signed a little bit too much work, but we can let that slide.
And the side eyes. Don't forget about the side eyes.
And the side eyes. Amon reminds me of my grandmother, and I lost my grandmother recently, so Amon means a lot to me. But nah, you're like my grandmother, for real.
But like, it just, I don't know, it just always worked,
I don't know, it just always works.
You was teaching us how to sew and
how to
like cook and everything.
All that, all the basics. Julia, I could talk to Julia about just about anything, for
Yes.
real. And Julia got great advice. Dr. Meyer, though, this is the main person I want to talk about. We have had our ups and downs, or, we've had our moments every now and then, but I feel like we've reached a great point now to where, I don't know.
Come together and call ourselves like a family in a way.
Yeah.
It's all just worked out perfect.
It all worked out. Everybody got to where they needed to be and going where they need to go. So,
couple mistakes on the way,
things
stuff
happen.
happened.
Things happen.
Stuff happened.
And that's all we got to say. Thank y'all for coming.
But it was great.
Everyone say rephrase. Let's count of three. Rephrase. Wait, are you leaving or are you?
No, we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Guess who's back? So I would like to acknowledge these lovely people and these lovely people and okay. I thank you for bringing me here because you originally found this place. You're like a built-in friend that I will be taking to college. Dom, I really appreciate every time we talk because it's either really funny or it gives me a new perspective on life. So it's just, I appreciate it. Also, the capybaras that I sent you and all the pictures of frogs you sent me in return.
Greatly appreciate it.
When was this?
Over text. It was over text. Hunter. When you first came here, I completely forgot who you were. For any context, Hunter and I played D&D together in 9th grade, and then COVID hit, and we completely forgot the other existed.
Yeah.
Until you showed up, I was like, wait. So, yeah. Thank you guys.
Give her a hug.
Thank you. I will take hugs. I take
Cool.
hugs. Yay. I have one last word to say.
Dom, coconuts are mammals. You cannot change my mind.
They are.
Oh no.
Inside joke.
So, first of all, I'm gonna leave that as an insight between us. She's wrong. Also, it was weird because I think about this a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about myself, kind of narcissistically, but I'm very critical, so I think it balances out. And so, when I thought about myself, and to focus in for just a second, me and Hunter on the surface, we don't really pair up well, but me and him, we're close. We hang out all the time. I mean, we got jokes and stuff that plays. We got jokes and stuff that play off each other without having to set it up or even look at each other. We're click. It's funny, and so it was weird because it really showed me that I should not look at nobody for how I perceive them up front, because then I'm not, then I'm disqualifying people that could turn out to be some real homies. Some people that I make some lasting memories with,
I'm just here for emotional support. I already said what I need to say, but
Here, if you want to do something, high five me as hard as you want. I
Yeah.
won't judge.
all right. Thank you very much.
I would also, one more thing, I know that she's not up here, but thank you, Rachel. Over there.
All right. This isn't more of a speech, but this is a story time about one of the graduates, what's it called? About one of the graduates' mothers. If Malik's mom is here, I would just like you to know that one time you brought some food to Bowers Academy for me and my
There
great
she
friend
goes.
Marsalis right here.
There she goes.
And
Y'all brought us some jerk chicken?
when I told my friend about this yesterday, this is the best food I have ever put in my body a day in my life. So,
Ever.
I would like to dedicate
Ever.
this whole speech, or both the speeches I did, to Malik's mom's great food.
The food was so good we had to go outside to eat it because we couldn't like enjoy it properly inside. It was just, it's hard to explain. Like,
We went off topic a little, but we're good.
All right, shameless plug. I agree with them. Malik's mom owns Jamaican Pot on 8 Mile. You should all go there after graduation. It's delicious. Graduates, your reflections, words of thanksgiving, and your well wishes emphasize the fact that this group of graduates is truly remarkable, and this Bowers family is truly unique. At this time, the underclassmen, Rachel and Elliot and Crumbles, will present the seniors with a class gift.
So, we're to the end. Ladies
And gentlemen and all of the guests. At this, it is my honor and privilege to present to you all the Bowers Academy Class of 2023 graduates. You may move your tassel from the right side to the left. With the support of your family and your friends and your teachers and your classmates and of course yourselves, you made it. Congratulations. This is the end of the formal ceremony. Thank you all so much for coming and for your support. We would like to invite you all to stay for some refreshments at the gazebo. You can also shop the farm store. There's ice cream. It is hot. Apparently they have dismissed themselves. So let's begin the celebration.